In this video, I'm showing you how to draw 25 cute doodles that you can use in your journal, your sketchbook, and beyond. Our video today is sponsored by Wren. Hello my friends, welcome back. My name is Shayda Campbell and on this channel we make art together and it's fun, not scary. I do a lot of bullet journaling and we do a lot of Bujo videos around here. So today I'm sharing 25 of my go-to bullet journal doodles. Making little drawings or illustrations in your journal is a great way to create division and divide up space, keep things organized. Of course, it's also just really pretty. And I think most of all, it helps you kind of relax into the process of journaling and get lost in it a little bit, because for a lot of us, this is our me time. So with that said, let's get right into it with a quick supply rundown. Here's what I use for bullet journaling in general. I have an A5 dot grid notebook from Archer and Olive. I use the Mulatto black liners for my fine liners. I often use a white gel pen, a bit of washi tape, and then having a good pencil and eraser is key as well. But for today, all you really need is a fine liner or a pen and some paper. In my journal, I use a lot of doodle borders or anything that could be used to divide up space. So here's an easy one. Draw a straight line and add pairs of oval-shaped leaves all along the length. Simple as that. A variation on that is to do some curving lines with these little round or sort of funny, almost berry-like leaves. And this one is great because you can keep adding the curving lines going off this way and that, so no matter how much space you need to fill, you can do so. Start with a straight line and simply place little V's or V shapes all along the length of it, and that creates a cute division of space. And you can't watch a Shayda Campbell video without seeing my classic pulling the pen toward my body, hand-drawn straight border. You can do it double or single line. Another one is to create some berries. Simply just use the pen to create these little black spots and curving branches. And just like the second one we did, you can continue to add more and more berries and branches and stems and fill as much or as little space as you need. Try some cute hearts. The dot grid will help you keep that one straight, and it's a nice way to divide up your space. Or try my wax flower. This is an easy flower to draw. Start with a flat petal at the bottom, a round center, and then 3 more petals. Flat one across the bottom, round center, and then 3 more petals. Do as many of these little guys as you want. It's a great way to fill space, whether you've got a corner or you need to divide a page in half. Then you join all of the flowers with branches and stems, and finally you add little dark leaves and it creates some nice contrast. And again, this one is so useful because you can continue to add to it until you've filled or divided the space the way you wanted to. I also love a good flower doodle in my journal. So here's one. Make a stamen in the center by creating a cluster of circles and then do this funny little lines going out like the spokes on a wheel. And then you're just going to place 5 or 6 petals, as many as you have room for, and you can add a few leaves if you like. It's just simple, it's large, and again, a large flower will help you kind of create some nice division on the page, and I find that's very helpful. Thank you to Wren for sponsoring today's video. I think we're all concerned with climate change and protecting our beautiful planet right now. Lately, Chris and I have made our home plastic-less. We don't use plastic bags, plastic wrap. We've gone without paper towel, but there's always more we can do. And Wren is a simple and effective way to make a difference in the climate crisis. Wren is a website where you can calculate your carbon footprint and then offset it by funding a diverse mix of carbon reduction projects like tree planting and rainforest protection. You can answer a few questions about your lifestyle. It's a really easy quiz, and find out your carbon footprint and then find out how to reduce it as well. No one can reduce theirs to 0, so you can offset what you have left after reducing. And once you sign up to make a monthly contribution to Offset, you receive monthly updates from the projects you support, so you can see what your money is spent on. A project of interest to me is the biochar in California. They are helping to prevent wildfires in old-growth forests, and I think fires are a huge concern for our Earth right now. So to offset your carbon footprint on Wren, visit the link in the video description, and the first 100 people who sign up will have an extra 10 trees planted in their name. I also love the ease and familiarness of stars and moons and suns and clouds and that kind of stuff in my journal. When you're drawing stars and moons, it does not need to be perfect. I think these subjects that are so familiar look good when they look a little weird. So go ahead and doodle them any which way and have fun and experiment. We'll do some clouds together. I like to do a big fluffy round area and then draw a straight line across the bottom and just add a little bit of line shading. Those types of clouds are really easy to doodle and they look good all clustered together. They also create nice space if you need to place text in them. Another favorite floral doodle is lavender. It's easy to sketch and it's also a good divider of space. You can make as many lines or stems as you like, and then you do these little clusters of oval-shaped petals, leaving some space in between each cluster, and it gives a really cutesy lavender. Next up, I'm going to place a title in the center of this Doodles page so that I can show you how I like to use wreaths or even open wreaths, which this will be, to again highlight a title or create division on the page. Here I've done a curving line and I'm actually going to do two to kind of frame the title. And kind of like my second doodle that I showed you, the border, I keep adding little curving stems and branches and more funny little rounded leaves, and adding those branches one by one allows me to make a thoughtful design really slowly and carefully. Next up, a little bumblebee, or some kind of bee, I don't know. Start with his rounded head, two little antennae, and then we'll create his body by simply drawing the stripes. So he's got his black and yellow stripes there. And then once his body is in place, you can add two large wings and two small wings. I made that one wing kind of small, but it's cool because we're also going to place some lines on those wings, and we'll even give him some little legs. Since we did a bee, let's do a little butterfly or moth. Again, start with the head, and I do the body in sections just to kind of give it a little extra detail to antennae. And then the wings can either go up or down. I'm going to draw these ones going down. This is honestly just such a simple way to create a cute little critter. All of these are supposed to be easy because journaling, you don't always have a ton of time to do it, and you want to make it look nice. As a quick and simple space filler, try creating pine sprigs. You can do as many as you need to fill the area. Let's do some household stuff. I drink a lot of tea when I'm journaling, so drawing a kettle seems like a natural thing. Start with the base and add a little lid, a spout, and a handle. Those can all be any shape. It could be a round base with a fat spout or no handle. You get to make those choices. Here's another favorite flower. Start with a spiral to create a circle, and then you go around and add these funny little petals. We'll do it again, spiral, then we add petals all around that circular form. You've got these funky little roses. Add some stems to join the two, or you could do a cluster of 3 or 4. Put some oval-shaped leaves and maybe add some extra branches and leaves depending what kind of space you're trying to fill or what division you need to make in your journal. And it's always a good idea to darken the leaves a little bit just so that the flowers and leaves look like they are in fact different. Okay, how about some forest finds? I like to draw a little fern. You start with a curving stem, and then you add all these branches going to the left and the right equally, and each branch has tiny, tiny little rows of leaves on it, and you add 1 extra pair of leaves each time. So you just keep going, and I think it's pretty obvious you can make that one as large as you need to. I also like to do mushroom clusters. Mushrooms can be any shape. You'll see me make them all kinds of shapes. You just start with some sort of a funny shape on the top and put a stem down below, maybe shade that stem below the cap and add some spots or lines or something, and it's gonna look like a mushroom. How about a snail? We'll again do a spiral just like we did for the flower, and then all you have to do is add a little body underneath your spiral shell, maybe a little face if you want to, and of course you could always put some decorative markings or something on his shell. And our forest needs a tree. I like to draw it in sections where you're pulling this kind of scalloped edge line, and then you can do like a funny long trunk. We could also try a little lotus. I was drawing lotuses for my February Plan With Me setup, and I did a whole bunch of different ways to draw them, so definitely watch the February Plan With Me for more lotus doodles and designs. How about a cute postage stamp? All you have to do is draw a square and add these tiny little circles all around the border, and you can of course place any little design in the center, like a cute flower if you're me. We can place a leaf here. My leaf design starts with what looks like a finished leaf in the center, a stem with these little oval pairs, and then we go around and add the border. And then I think that's it. Is that 25? I'm just filling in a few more of these doodles to make my page kind of filled out and look balanced. But yeah, or is that only 24? And I need one more over here. So how about a pencil? We start with a little triangle, add a rectangle made of lines, a cute eraser, and that is it. We're all done. I am just filling in space to balance out my doodle page, as I said. And yeah, these are my go-to doodles and drawings and illustrations that I use to create space and beauty and division in my bullet journal every week. If you love journaling, check out my monthly Plan With Me videos. This year I'm doing Flowers of the World, and our February theme is the lotus. Hit that subscribe button before you go, and I'll see you soon with a new tutorial.